All right, guys, here we go. In this video, I'm going to share a number of things regarding the price action, the chart setup, so on and so forth with Bitcoin that you're not going to hear from any other person on YouTube or X or anywhere. And let's get started. This is the daily chart of Bitcoin. Each candle is 1 day of price action. This red dash line up here is our all-time high. The white arrow is our halving date right there. And let's just start off with this red dash line up here, okay? What people don't realize or don't know is that 70% of the time, not 100%, but 70% of the time, 30% of the time, an asset overcomes their previous all-time high to break out. But 70% of the time, when price hits and tries to make a new all-time high, it fails, okay? So this really wasn't a surprise to our members that we came up here, hit that long-term resistance all-time high, going back to March, okay? And that's another thing I'll let you know is that the further apart either high pivots or low pivots are, believe it or not, the further apart, the stronger they are. Okay, so we had two really major factors going against Bitcoin when it came up into that, low to mid $70,000 area. However, and then also, once, this is according to classical technical analysis, once an asset breaks up and over, for example, here, this long-term downtrend line that was wreaking havoc regarding, resistance zones throughout it, once it breaks out, it'll come back retest. Once it confirms the breakout, it'll come back retest that resistance zone, whether it's a asset like stocks, gold, silver, doesn't matter. It'll come back retest to see if it's now support. Okay, so that's what we're doing as well. So don't get hyperventilated here that Bitcoin is pulling back. It's just natural price action, within that asset. Also, the OTC, over-the-counter market makers with Coinbase, Gemini, Binance, everybody. Okay, whenever they start getting short on Bitcoin, selling the real deal, not the paper. Whenever they start getting short on that, they have to do some market, I'm not going to call it manipulation, but some market tricks in order to, pull the price down, have people panic, mainly the retail investors, think this thing is going to zero now because you had it, 3-4 days of red. So they sell, the OTC traders buy it up, and then they're selling to the big guys, okay, the BlackRocks, Fidelities, whomever. So that's how that trick is played out, okay? Now, should we keep, pulling back in here? We really have a number of setups here, safety nets, support zones that you need to know about. And one of them is a measured move here where this gold dash line is, okay? And as you can see, I pulled it across here so you can see. So we have a previous resistance zone that's going to be support now as we come back. Okay, that's one. Number two, we have the 50 simple day moving average. All that is the last closing 50 days average closing price of Bitcoin. And then we also have this uptrend line here as well. And then right under it, I could see them. If I don't think we'll, honestly, I don't think we'll get that low down here, but we could hit the 50 if they wick it down. What do I mean by a wick? Like right here, that, they could put in a wick like this. In other words, it dives down and then it's, hits the 50 maybe and goes past it, into the mid to low 60,000 area. Okay, then bounce up. And let me talk about something here real quick. Let me go to the weekly chart, then go back a little bit here. And actually, Bitcoin's not doing bad at all. Okay, if you consider, and you can look it up, on our feed line, trend line, whatever, on X. is that we called the bottom in January. Well, we gave our members the heads up of a bottom here on Bitcoin in November, December 2022. Okay, then 2023 we shared it, for a timestamps don't lie situation. All right, so we've run up pretty good. You got to admit, but came up here, started hitting those all-time highs, and like I said, 70% of the time you fail making all-time high until you pull back, consolidate, and then make another run. And that's basically what we're doing now. As this is the weekly chart, every candle's 1 week of price action. So we're still over the 20, which is positive. Still well over the 50, which is bullish and positive. Last time we were under the 50 really was back here in March of 2023. Okay, so let's go back to the daily. And as we see, is everything is off the chart here. All the annotations, all the lines and everything. It's a little bit cleaner now, okay? So coming down into, a zone that was previous support, and in this, just under 68,000. So we'll see. And then we have this nice leg up that we're coming back retesting right now. And as long as we're over the 20, we're good, very bullish, very strong. The bulls are in charge, okay? If you're over the 20, start getting under the 20, it's kind of a 50-50, okay? Depending on if the bears can get us down to the 50, this green line, okay? It's kind of no man's land. It could go either way. Then once you get under the 50, the bears are basically in control. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And also keep in mind, let me see if I can find which one I have it on here. Is it this one? Okay, let's do this. And I put the percent zone, a percent pullbacks here, but just remember, like, let's go back 2016, post halving, we had five major pullbacks, averaging 35% downside each one. But you can see we had a pretty good run, okay? Basically parabolic, all right? And then, if you see here in 2020, the halving for the white arrow is in 2020 had six major pullbacks, averaging 33%. Okay, so get used to those. Those are the shakeouts. Those are the the head games, so to speak, that the market makers put out there in order to loosen up, that Bitcoin, or they can be loosening up, Apple shares, whatever it may be. It's the same game. It's just a different name on it. Okay, that's all there is. And also, speaking of the same game, different situation label on it. This is BlackRock. These are the iShares by BlackRock. Okay, and I think there was a misunderstanding. What Larry Fink of BlackRock was saying, regarding Bitcoin someday having the same or greater market cap than the real estate in the U.S. market, which is, obviously trillions. And yeah, I'm not even want to guess how much all the houses, buildings, everything else is worth. And I think what he really meant was, for clarification, and this is what I did. I just pulled up the site, find iShare funds, and then put in real estate. I think he's talking about their real estate ETFs, okay? That it could be bigger than that. Now think about it. If you're going to put a lot of money, employees, a lot of backing investment behind an ETF group, real estate, Bitcoin, for example, cryptocurrency, so on and so forth, and you want to do the one that potentially has the highest rate of return, which in this case obviously is going to be Bitcoin. Okay, I don't think anyone here, if I gave a pop test, can you name one, three, or five iShare ETFs, real estate related ETFs? I don't think anybody could, even if I said, hey, I'll give you one Bitcoin if you can do it. But yeah, I don't know if hundreds is right, but I mean, this thing, 6 pages here, however many that's on each page. So, quite a few here. And I think right now, BlackRock, I don't think I know. BlackRock is continually buying, investing in Bitcoin, and I think they want to own, all that there is in the world, it seems like. Not really, but you get the point. They want to get as much as they can. So, yeah, I could see them, and that's going to be Hell market cap on their Bitcoin ETF, I bet, if they can, or the amount of Bitcoin that they're going to own, if they can, take over the amount of money under management, investment under management, and all these real estate ETFs. But guys, thanks for watching, and have a great weekend, and we will see you on the charts.